Man Productions, and welcome to Hey Rail. By the time this video premieres, it'll be 2022. So I'd like to, at first to thank everybody, the viewers, the subscribers, the supporters. The Man Productions YouTube channel has reached 4 million channel views the day before Christmas, and I couldn't believe it. I figured it was going to take a lot longer than it has. But it quickly accelerated to 4 million views, and it just blew me away. I really, I don't know what to say. I love the fact that people are enjoying and watching the Man Productions YouTube channel and the videos. This will be my 741st video. So prior to this video, there's 740 videos loaded up, and trying to look forward to 2022, but it's not looking good so far. You know, we have a couple things going on around the world. Everybody knows that if you read the newspaper, unless you've been hiding under a rock, we have another wave of this stuff that's going around making people sick. I can't say the word because in the past YouTube has shut down videos that actually say the C word. So that's why you'll find a lot of YouTube channels will say the showstopper instead. So it looks like there could possibly be a showstopper number 2 on its way. Now, as long as the train shows are open and functioning, I will try and do my best to make it there. There's, you know, who knows what's going to happen, you know, if there's going to be restrictions put in place. But, you know, with the train shows, the open events and club events and stuff like that, I don't know. At this point in time, it's too early to say, but as long as the train shows are open, I'll go. I'll attend them. And bring the video footage to you, as I normally do. You know, I'm not going to stop going unless they tell me I cannot go and they close them down. Other than that, I'll be there. Now, the reason why I'm saying all this is because Greenberg has already made a train show closure announcement. So let's go through that real quick. So currently, Greenberg has announced the state of Illinois has instituted a mask mandate for all indoor spaces. Therefore, that show in Wheaton, Illinois will require exhibitors and attendees to wear masks while in the building. No big deal. Keep everybody safe, right? But here comes the closures. So they say with the current situation, and we're going to call it the showstopper number 2, second round. Remember it was supposed to end by 2021? It looks like it's starting all over again. But anyway, I'm not getting into politics. But anyway, so several other venues where they have their shows been converted back to a vaccination center. And then other states are imposing certain mandates that they just can't, they don't think they will be able to fulfill. So they have already announced 5 show cancellations. Bellevue, Illinois, Council Bluffs, Iowa, Louisville, Kentucky, Portland, Oregon, and White Plains, New York. They hope to reschedule all these in 2022. So, before even hitting January 1st of 2022, we already have 5 Greenberg train show cancellations. So, we'll see how things go. And, like I said, as long as the shows are open, I'll be there. So, at any rate, let's move on to a more happier note. This is something I also got for Christmas, and is a first. And I'm sure there's people out there who probably already know what this is. So, I already opened this up on Christmas Day because the family wanted to see what it is and stuff like that. And so we'll turn the box around. Another first for Conahay Rail. This is my very first Menards building. And for those of you who may not know, all of the buildings out here on the original, what I call the original main layout area, is either Lionel or MTH. At the time, Menards was just starting to make buildings. Woodland Scenics was way too expensive for my taste, although they are nicely detailed. And so this will be my first Menards building, and we'll go ahead and pull this out. It's a pretty big building too. I'm sure if you watched other YouTube channels, you probably already know what it is, or what it looks like. It came with the free power pack, which is nice. And we'll grab it out of here. It's a handful. And here we go. Alright, so what we got here is the Menards American Materials building. And I really wanted this building. And I have a reason for all my purchases and a plan. I mean, I just don't randomly pick out buildings and say, oh yeah, that'll be cool, let's try that on the layout. No. I look at certain things and I'm like, okay, what can I do with this, or why do I need it, or how would that fit into what I'm doing here on Conahay Rail. The main reason for this purchase was I wanted a facility that I could use to put for cylinder hoppers. So I thought this would be a perfect fit. American Materials. So this building, American Materials, will be the facility that fills up the cylinder hoppers with plastic pellets to make plastic bottles with. So that's what this building's going to be for. And we'll go through a couple different features on here and stuff. And at any rate, it's pre-lit. It features 2 American flags which are supposed to light up. It's supposed to have exterior lighting, 2 workers, a toolbox, railings, requires a 4.5 power source, but like I said, they included that for free on this purchase here. So that was the plan for. That's why I asked for this for Christmas. And neither Lionel or MTH make any kind of building like this. So we'll go ahead and get this out of the box, and we'll take a look at it. I know everybody's you guys probably seen it on other YouTube channels, but we're going to still get it out of the package, and we'll look at it and light it up. All right, I'll be right back. So this is the area that I had planned for it, and I was a little worried about the room. I measured it out. I went by the specs of the footprint and online, and it looks like it's a perfect fit here. So basically, I'm going to come off with a siding, and we're going to go through this with cylinder hoppers. I believe there's a plant number 2 that goes with this. It looks like I got plenty of room for that. I'll have to see what that measures out as well to see if it'll fit in this area. But this is a great building for such a small area. I'm blown away by how well it fits in here. Now it says it includes decals for your silos. I guess you can make this cement, sand, frac sand, gravel, coal, grain, or salt. But they don't have anything for plastic pellets. I can always make my own. So, we can make this American Materials plastics facility if I want to. Another cool option is cement, because I do have a few cement cars. So I might make removable signs for this, you know. Make this like a dual purpose type of deal. So I'll have signs for both a cement factory and a plastics factory where there's pellets. So I might make this a dual purpose building for operations. But this is so cool. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and light this up and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so for those who aren't familiar, who are considering buying a Menards building like I have, just be aware that these buildings light up on a 4.5 volt power supply. So you do not want to cut these ends off and hook it directly up to 12 volt track power, because you'll fry this thing. So these are only meant for 4.5 volts, which I believe is equal to 2 or 3 AA batteries. But at any rate, you don't want to run them off with AA batteries because you'll be replacing batteries. But Menards sells the these transformer adapters, and this one has 3 plugs on it, which you can run up to 3 buildings off of one little transformer. I believe they do have a different supplier where they can run more buildings off of. Not sure on that, but look at their website. But this one came with the free power supply. And so we're going to go ahead and plug this in. All right, it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. So we're going to take a closer look at this. It's so cool. I can't stop looking at it. All right, let's take a closer look at this cool building. So here we have the American Materials building. Like I said, I gave you a list of options you can use this for. What I originally wanted to use it for, you know, they don't have a decal for or a sign for, but I'll just make one up on my printer. That's no big deal. But you had these 4 red lights. You have the sign, the waving flag on both sides of it. And then, of course, the building lights itself. This is such a cool building. No wonder why people buy Menards. This thing is just so addicting to even look at. So yeah, my very first Menards building, like I said, not my first Menards product. I do have a bridge. Sorry about that. The camera decided to roll on me a little bit. But I do have a Menards bridge, which was a pretty cool piece itself. Double track bridge. I heard they're kind of hard to get a hold of right now. But this is my very first Menards building. I'm very impressed with it. Like other YouTube channels have notated that you do hear a slight little high-pitched noise. And that's from the LED signs working. But it's once you get the trains going, you'll never hear it. And so what'll happen is I'm going to put a siding in. And the siding will go into the American Materials plant. And I really like my idea of making this a dual-purpose plant. You know, to have signs made up for both a cement facility and a plastic pellets facility for making plastic bottles. Because I don't know, I've got friends who work in the plastic bottle industry, and that's how they get their plastic, is in these small little pellets, and then it gets melted down, and then it goes into a machine and goes into a blow mold machine, and it becomes a bottle. But so yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. Alright, so here's a night shot so you can see it a little bit better. You can see the 4 flashing red lights and the American flag going, the LEDs a little bit better. It really looks good. Like I said, the LED brightness is pretty impressive. So I'm sure everybody's wondering, would I get any more Menards buildings after seeing this one? Yes, I would. I would definitely consider getting more. I'm already thinking about plant number 2 to go with this. So, yeah. And I'm not one for spending a lot of money on scenery. You guys know that. I'm always low budget, which is why most of all my buildings before this out here was MTH or Lionel, you know, the low buck stuff. And, you know, it was cool. I liked it. With a little bit of details and stuff, you can dress them up. Some LED lights and stuff like that. You really can make them look good. I would dare to say that, you know, with the right details, the MTH buildings could look as good as Menards. But, yeah, I'm pretty impressed. Alright, so my future plans is to get a switch, obviously, for here. And if there is a showstopper number 2, then I will, of course, go back to doing things on Common Hay Rail and bring you videos from my basement and continue to entertain my viewers that way. Maybe even hosting my own live show. We'll have to see how that goes. As everybody knows, I'm not really do a lot of live shows, but you know, if there's a showstopper number 2, more than likely I probably would consider doing live shows, as well as bringing you content from here. So stick with me, stick through. Hopefully we can stick with each other through this. Hopefully things work out. We'll have to see. We'll have to wait it out. Right now, still got train shows on the calendar that are still open. I'm planning on going to Oaks, Greenberg at Oaks next week. Hope to see you guys there. And we'll have to play it a little bit at a time as you know, time goes on. Alright, I guess I gotta get this wired up so it's not in sight. And but at any rate, I got some work cut out for me. And thanks again for hanging out with me. Happy New Year, and trying to be positive for 2022. But if everything's okay, and train shows go on, hope to see you guys out there. You never know where you're going to see me because I go to quite a few train shows. As you see, I go to hobby shops. I visit hobby shops. So I get invited to open houses. So you never know where I'm going to be at next. See you next video round. Thanks a lot. Bye.